Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're here at Exodus Institute, 816 North Laramie, where we sit back here in the neighborhood and the community. It happened to be Kwanzaa time here. You just happened to hear someone speaking about some of the things that's going on in our school system. I happen to have some queens and princes here at Exodus this afternoon. They're going to introduce themselves and speak about what's going on in our neighborhoods and community and what our people need. Thank you, ladies. Would you introduce yourselves and tell what you want?
Hi, my name is Sandra Brunson, and I'm on staff at the Exodus Center. And we have a guest here today, surprise guest. Her name is Linda Smith. I've worked with her during that filming in the 2000, I guess around 13, when they were trying to close all the schools. And I've kind of kept up with her, and I know she will be doing a good job in this position she's running for. Okay, I'm not in her district, but I will be out helping her. And I'm so glad to see her and her daughter. I've been around here since she's about 5, right? 4, 3? Okay, I'm gonna pass the mic, so I will give her my vote, and I trust she will do a good job.
Hi, I'm Zerlina Smith Members, and I'm running to be the next Cook County Board of Commissioner, 1st District. I am a mother, I'm a community advocate, and I fight for what we deserve and what we're supposed to have in our communities.
Hi, I'm Cherish Smith. I'm her daughter, and I guess I'll be talking about what I see in our communities. I go to Trinity High School in River Forest, and I'll be talking about why South Austin does not look like River Forest and so many other communities.
We need you at Douglas.
So I guess we're gonna sit here, and this impromptu interview is just give you an insight as to who I am. I am Austin. I am a West Sider. My legacy comes from the Avila homes with my mom and my grandmother, who started a food pantry, who assisted the community just on basic needs. My mother was my role model. My grandmother is my inspiration and my light and my angel that shines me to keep wanting to run for a political seat. And my daughter has been the reason why I've been so vocal and upfront for years. When you think of what communities look like, the 1st District is the seat that I'm running for, and it's very diverse. We have Oak Park, River Forest, a big part of Proviso, and different views of the city. But I'm an Austin resident first and foremost, South Austin. And when I ride through all these communities just to get home, there's nothing there. Food deserts, under-enrolled school, children that don't come outside and play, lack of affordable health care in our community, our seniors, safety, everything is just missing. And I'm gonna let my daughter speak about it because I'm not here to talk about a campaign platform. I'm here to let you know that I'm a voice. I stand on my own legs. My legacy is created off of my backbone, my sweat and tears for my community and people who choose not to speak up. I've always been that voice to advocate for the unspoken, and I'll continue to be that voice. So I'm gonna let Cherish Smith discuss what our community appears to be from a 14-year-old's eyes.
All right.
Some of my concerns is when I want to have my friends over who come from communities like Oak Park and even further, why when I invite them over to my house, we can't go walk to a playground, go to a store, go sit at a cafe or a restaurant and feel safe and have somewhere to go and hang out. There's no one outside. People won't even decorate for holidays because they're in danger that someone might steal their decorations. But then if you go outside and drive, you have so many people walking, playing, decorations everywhere. It's a lack of investment. You can see it when you have no businesses. Nothing to make you want to come into that community.
What about the schools? Why do you go to Trinity?
Because I take college course classes and the lack of resources in our communities. My mom, I'm fortunate enough that she knew the resources that she had and I was able to test into Trinity, but some of those schools don't have that. They don't have computers, up-to-date textbooks. They aren't as fortunate as other schools are.
And let's talk about the schools. This is how I started. We have some beautiful schools in Austin. We have Michelle Clark that just built the tennis court. My daughter plays tennis. She's a part of the USTA team. She goes all the way to Oak Brook just to get private tennis lessons, to do any matches, to have any real association with her peers that enjoy the same sports that she does. Columbus Park just built a beautiful tennis court. Can't wait to see more people who look like her. And she just stated that it needs a backboard. Columbus Park needs a backboard so you can do the self-practice. We need more people to come outside their houses. We need more people to get back engaged into our community. We need to find how we support Exodus and other small black business programs and stop giving money to people who just transient into our communities, who come into our communities and get millions of dollars and do no work. When you look at the West Side, it does not look like what it should. We have so many black elected officials, but how many of them actually walk the street? How many of them actually really know what's going on until it's time for re-election? When you sit back and you think about what a community looks like, it looks like all of us working together. And if we don't know anything by now, with the migrants coming, with them getting $9,000 a month, with the cost, and I'm just gonna be funny right here, very, very funny. When it came to me grocery shopping for Christmas dinner, my daughter loves banana pudding. What is it, vanilla wafers. A box of vanilla wafers that used to be $1.99, $2.99, now is $6.99. How are people feeding their families? You have to make a decision between rent, food, and healthcare. Now, I'm a person who has to pay for healthcare out of pocket because of my job of choice. I choose to work for a non-for-profit that's ran by black ministers. I choose to work in a community that I live in because I know I'm very, very strong and very determined and driven on making sure that we get exactly what we need. We need more musical programs. We need more trade schools. If we don't get these kids' hands to work, we're going to keep looking at crime. And when you have a 14-year-old who likes Starbucks, who doesn't have a job, but wants a job just to leave this community, and asks her mom every day, what can we do to, be the change and not just the voice any longer, and convinces me to run for political seats when I say it's not going to change. It's going to change once we're all dead and gone. She's like, no, it's your time, and we can do this time. But it takes a village, and people forget about that. It takes a village. If you want someone who's going to work for you and not for the new machine or the old machine, Zerlina Smith Members is your candidate. This is what I look forward to. I look forward to making sure that every child can pick up an instrument, can play a piano, can do drama, can act. She's a pageant queen. So pageants, finding those resources and those things that kids want to do. As a Cook County Commissioner, the main focus is health and public safety. And when you think about public safety, think about your child walking out the door and not returning. Think about you getting out your car and you getting jacked. When you think about public safety, it's just not about Chicago police. It's about Cook County police as well. And continuing to invest in communities that have been forgotten, poverty-stricken, is what I plan to do. Not just as a Cook County Commissioner, but as Zerlina Smith Members. I will go to Springfield, I will be at City Council, and I will advocate that the programs that our children deserve and the resources that we deserve as homeowners, if we have new illegal immigrants coming into our country and getting resources that we were told were not available for us, Section 8 housing being opened up for them, when I have 1,000,001 people whose doors that I know are victims of violence, crime, domestic, who need emergency housing and have been on a waiting list for Section 8 for 20 years and still waiting. If we don't come together now and start demanding and be your own voice, and don't listen to what nobody else rhetoric says, because we know now with the mayor that we have, he's a profound speaker. I know him. I'll raise my hand to God. When you look at actions, Google Zerlina Smith Members.
You know, we happen to have over here, we used to have on Exodus, Mid-Austin Steering Committee, we had over here the community. We used to have all of the block clubs here in this little area, and we would meet here once a month. And all of the block clubs would be here to say what was going on in the neighborhood, what was going on in the community, to help our youth with the resources and different things that we happen to have in the neighborhood. And it seemed like when coronavirus hit, we lost our block clubs, we lost communication with our youth, we lost the music programs off up in our school, we lost our trade schools and different things for our youth. And so we have to come to some kind of conclusion where we have to start doing for self. And I'm so glad to hear you say those things. And we're here at Exodus. We do happen to have a gentleman here that sit back, and he happened to do drama, music, he plays piano. He's about to form a choir to sit back here and to keep a safety net over our youth. We happen to have Mr. Altman with a program called Reimagine when they're here in the afternoons. It's an afternoon program that they have over here for the youth from 4 to 7 to keep a safety net and communication where they sit back and can kind of help train the youth in our neighborhoods and communities, and so that they can go out and get jobs and to bring people in. But the main thing is we got to keep a safety net over them, and we have a senior program here at Exodus where the seniors are actually helping to train and bring the youth in so that we have the village to sit back here and execute some of the things that we need. Do we have any questions in the audience? We have a question. Let me ease this around.
Yes, my name is Tim, and this is not really a question, but this is directed to you and your daughter. And you mentioned a voice. I think your daughter is super fortunate to have a voice like yours for her to hear at her generation, coming from her mom. And I never heard a voice as strong as yours, you know, and I think it's a blessing, you know, so please continue to pour out your cup into her cup, because the future will be stronger, because she is being taught and led by a lady who is, it sounds like your voice is mighty strong to me. You got my vote. Thank you.
Thank you there, Tim. We're so glad. Would any of you all like to elaborate on some of the things you have to hear?
I'm just thankful that God blessed me with a daughter. Considering I was in my late 30s having her, I am a survivor of ovarian cancer. I only had 23% of my uterus when I had my daughter. Most people don't know that. I am a survivor of being molested at an early age, 8 years old, under my mother's roof with her husband. I try to give my child things that I prayed and cried for as a youth coming up. And when you look at your children, when you look at your parents, it's not about hoping and wishing. I learned that at 40. It's not about hoping and wishing. It's just setting an example and leading by example. And everything that I went through, because nothing has ever been given to me. I'm a homeowner, and to go back to the block club, I'm a block club. Oh my God, over 8 blocks. I am a block club president over 8 blocks. I live on 1 block.
Yeah.
I am engaged. In COVID, we did fall off. I used to have the biggest block club meetings at Columbus Park. We would have over 100 residents monthly. And the elected officials in my community can vouch for that because they were always invited. When you look at our neighborhoods, they should all look the same. When you look at our schools, they should all mirror one another. When you think about whatever it is that you went through and how you overcame it, let's figure out a way to do the same for our children. I am a strong believer and a strong black woman, first and foremost, of making sure that my daughter knows when we can and we can't do something and what's important to be done. And what's important right now to be done is to make sure that every child and every senior gets quality health care. Gets quality health care. Let's be clear. Health care is the first thing, because without health, we can't move around. So if we're not taking care of ourselves mentally, physically, and emotionally, and we don't have those hubs, which I'm going to advocate, be a part, and I've been advocating for years, be a part of public schools. I'm going to advocate and make sure that our children have football programs, that they have drama. The same things I pay $1,600 a month. I don't get grants. And let me be real clear, I don't get scholarships. I make poverty wages, and I don't have a problem with telling people I probably make $36,000 a year, and I pay for private education. I pay a $1,500 mortgage that just went up 300% in property taxes from 682. So I'm one of them people. If I can do it, we can do it. And we gonna do it together by making sure, because I don't need a job. We need a voice, we need a fighter, and we need someone with a proven track record of their own blood, sweat, and tears of the work they have done and will continue to do. And I'm gonna let Cheers say the rest.
Well, we want to thank you, ladies, for coming out this afternoon, blessing Exodus with all of this knowledge of different things and all this beauty that they happen to share. Give them another round of applause, please. And please, we want to get those block clubs back together so that we can start those things and get this moving once again. We happen to have here early, before we do the TV program, we actually have meditation where we go inside so that we can hear that small, still voice talk to us for a few moments, and our youth need it. We're going to be doing it in the afternoons and the evenings with our youth so that they can calm down and feel that peace, love, and harmony off up in their hearts and souls. And once again, it's Kwanzaa. And please visit those places, those facilities that happen to be celebrating Kwanzaa so that we can share the love and knowledge of one another. And thank you with love and peace. God bless. God bless.